Hello and welcome to this episode of Game Dev with Droolie. Let's work some more on Rayman 2. So this is the RayMap tool, in case you don't know. It's an excellent tool made by Droolie from the Rayman Pirate community. That's where I know him from. And over top there is RayMap Engine. RayMapGame, I should say. The RayMapGame engine made by Adsolution. There will be links in the description to all the appropriate places, people, and things. So yeah, here's Rayman 2. Basically, we've loaded all sorts of level objects from the game. You might see something different already. There's a pirate sleeping on the tree there. This is the Fairy Glade, and there definitely wasn't a pirate there in the original game. But I put him there, and we're going to mess with him. So we're going to create a waypoint system for him to walk around. This waypoint system I created from scratch together with Adsolution. So it's all C#. It's all in this Unity project. If you guys want to see the code, I can show you. I won't do that in this session though. But yeah, let's create a system. So okay, we're creating a bunch of waypoints here. These are the individual waypoints, and then at the top is the waypoint like group, the parent, shall we say. The graph is what we call it. And there's some basic parent functions on there. Not super important, but one of the fun things that it has is a set color attribute, which I'm pretty sure we can explore at some point. But right now, I am dragging this waypoint around and showing you that we have a snap to ground feature enabled. So there's a snap to ground feature over there on the right. There's a button, and I drag it up and I hit end on the keyboard. It's keybound to end as well. Hit end to snap it to the level geometry. It's just using a simple raycast. And man, I love this feature so much. Like, we built this thing, and one of the first things I said was, I need a snap to ground feature, man. I need this. And we did it. It's not even, it's like 20 lines of code, if even. And it's great. It's so user friendly. So let's drag out some waypoints, right? Here they all are. And we're, boom, snapping them all to ground all at the same time. And look at that. Just look at that. They've all snapped perfectly to the level geometry. Man, there ain't many things more pretty than that. So, here we have a waypoint, but it's just a loose waypoint. It's not connected to anything at all. So we're going to take this guy, and we're going to connect him to that guy. So we select that guy. We drag him into the other guy's next element, and you can see there's a green connector coming out of our first waypoint, leading into a blue connector on our second waypoint. And no matter what happens, they stay connected. They know where they are. They know where the other guy is. It's all good. Of course, this is all like debug visualization. Nothing actually important is happening here. So, like, the green thing and the blue thing don't mean anything to the game. It's just nice for our eyes to know that green means that it comes out of a waypoint and it goes into the blue connector of a different waypoint. That'll be more important in a moment. Right now, I'll set all of these up clockwise, pretty much. So it won't be such an interesting waypoint path, but it'll be a nice first thing to show off. To have a couple of waypoints for this pirate to run around. There's some other behavior on the pirate as well. So right now you can see he's sleeping. I've made it so he jumps up, he wakes up, just like you expect in the game from Rayman 2. He jumps up awake, and then he starts running on the waypoint path. He will also... I'm messing this up here. So you see how the how this last waypoint doesn't want to connect to two things. So that's because I'm actually, you can tell by the little connectors at the top there, this one, that I've actually set a reference up wrong. So it should be green coming out of that one and blue going into the one below it, but it's the other way around. And that's why I got myself a bit confused. But let's just fix that. There we go. So now that one connects to that. And this one. Yeah, come on. Let's... Okay, maybe I need to spend a little bit more time to fix it. As you can tell, I recorded this before and I'm doing a voiceover now. So the pirate is... the pirate is interesting. So he has a couple of states, basically. He has a sleeping state, and when Rayman gets near, he wakes up, then he starts running on the waypoint path, and at some point, while he's running... Let's snap these to the ground. At some point while he's running, he'll do some other stuff. Like he'll either idle anim or he'll aim at Rayman. Okay, so what you see me doing here is the whole thing is gone, right? The whole waypoint path is gone. I put it back in here. This is worth mentioning in Unity. This is in Unity. I should have started with that. This is in Unity, but there you go. It's in Unity. While you're in play mode, any changes you make in the editor don't get saved. They are not persistent. So if you want to keep those changes, you have to copy the object that you wish to keep, then exit play mode, and then paste it back in. Now right here in the group, the graph of the waypoints, I just pasted the name of that pirate. So the pirates all, like, each object has this kind of object name. Right there. You see it has 3 names, one in square brackets, one afterwards, and then there's a pipe symbol, and then this last name. That's the object name. That's the most specific one. We don't believe any objects in the game share an object name, so this is quite safe to use. I haven't checked literally every object yet, though, so no guarantees. But for now, this is what we use. So the object name is sort of unique. We get close. You can hear he's snoring, and he has sound effects. And there we go! We have a henchman, and he's running, and he's facing his running direction. I'm mentioning all of these things because literally every single one of those things is a system we had to put in place. And here's one of his other states, aiming at Rayman. So what I really love about Adsolution's engine here is the fact we have Rayman. So if you know RayMap, it is just a well, not just, it's a level viewer that pulls data from the game content files and allows you to look at the levels and look at the scripts, but it doesn't allow you to really play the game. There's just a free flying camera, and then this RayMap game engine that Addy made over top actually creates a Rayman for you. It creates all these amazing convenience functions that are super useful in programming. Well, maybe we can take a look at them in more in depth at some point. But for now, let me continue to show you this waypoint path. So we had a nice clockwise path, right? Clockwise rotating path. It's quite nice. But we can do better. We can make it more interesting. So let's make a couple of nodes that are like crosslinks, basically. We're going to connect these up. And as you can tell from a couple of nodes, you can now have multiple green outputs, basically going into multiple blue inputs of different nodes. So essentially this creates a split in the path where the pirate can decide where to go. And that's all we're doing, really. But it's a really simple but super effective tool to really quickly create complex pathing if you wanted that. I'm not sure if I want that. So again, that was made in the play mode, otherwise the level isn't loaded. So we copy it while in play mode, and as we exit, we delete the original waypoint path and paste over the new one. So I'm not sure if I do want that sort of behavior, but I've made it, so if I need it at some point, there it is. You know, it's all ready for me to go. So let's test it out, let's see what he does. Will he keep following the path clockwise, or will he start using these new branching nodes? So he goes up, he decides to idle for a little bit. Yeah, that's right. Oh, there we go, that's already new. And he goes down, and he goes down again. Those are both new. So yeah, there you go. You can already see him using these different branching paths at his whim, pretty much. That's that. Isn't that cool? we've made a waypoint system. You can define your waypoints. You can give them, connect them up however you want. Each one can have as many connections as you want. They can connect to themselves if you want, although that's not super useful. I don't really know why you would want to do that, but you could do it if you wanted to. You can create bilateral connections, so one waypoint connecting to so waypoint 1 connecting to waypoint 2, which connects back to waypoint 1 again, for example. You could create circular things and multiple branching paths and all that kind of beautiful nonsense. The only thing that is currently true is that it's only supporting the ground. There's no jumping in it yet or elevation changes, except for, the ground geometry itself. I am definitely doing that later, but right now it's kind of late already. I don't want to go to bed, so I'm just going to share you the updates I have, and I'll work on that at some other point. So, one pirate is cool, right? But do you know what's cooler than one pirate? Yeah, that's right. 2 pirates. So, we're going to pull this guy, who is in this part of the level originally. This is where he's supposed to be in the game. And while in play mode, we're going to drag him around so that he appears in the earlier level, the earlier area. This is just to demonstrate how I did the original guy, pretty much. And it's a little bit for fun, and also to show you how to set multiple graphs up if you wanted. So let's just drag him in place. It's resting against this nice little tree, so you can have a bit of a snooze. And we'll add some rotation so it looks nice. There we go. Beautiful. Oh, look at him. Oh, it's precious. So some of the really cool things that Addy's engine does is it automatically, if you know RayMap, you might know that this object came from a sector that isn't loaded into memory, which means that it wouldn't function correctly if we just put it in. So you need to change its sector to the active one, which is like a little bit of area around the player is the active sector at all times. And you need to do that, change its sector. But Addy's code basically handles that for you. It's all automatic. It's great. I love it. So let's just copy this new pirate's object name. Remember that last part of the object just after the pipe? In this case it starts with JCP, old Zbir, shoot old or something like that is its name, if I recall correctly. And we're gonna go into Visual Studio, Microsoft Visual Studio. I don't think it's recorded that, which is kind of lame. Okay, I will, one sec guys, I will, yeah, let me re-record a little bit with that as an overlay. Okay. So yeah, it's a bit clunky, sorry about that, but here it is. So this is a Visual Studio script. You can see here I'm highlighting the transforms that I'm highlighting on the right as well in Unity. I'm basically copying over the position and rotation of the henchman we just dragged into the sector, into the sector, and putting it here. There's also this line, this Perso behavior. And that indicates its color, basically. It gives it the purple or red color. And you can tell also by the script names at the top in blue that these scripts are called exactly the same as the object name of the henchman. So that same name that you use to define the waypoint system and the same name that the object itself has, the script needs to have that same name. And it doesn't really matter where you leave the script. That is part of Adsolution's tool, the RayMap engine, RayMapGame engine, is that it sort of grabs these scripts from anywhere in your, as long as it's in the Unity assets folder, it'll find it, basically, and it has the name that it should have. Great. So let's just give this new guy a waypoint system to use, huh? And yeah, I mentioned earlier how you can change the color of the waypoints, so they're visually distinct. There is a UI that you can't see here. The pop-ups don't record with. That's unfortunate. But yeah, lovely, cool, nice, different color, visually distinct from the other one. You won't accidentally mistake one for the other because they're just completely different colors. Alright, let's raise them and snap them all to the ground. I was having a little bit of trouble here. Might be a little bit of bug in my code. I'm not super sure what happened here. Might just be bug in my interaction with the Unity editor. That's also possible. But when I select them all here and then press end and snap, there you go. And they're all aligned with the hill, at different parts of the hill as to the purple ones, because each one individually is snapping to the ground. Isn't that great? You'll also notice when the pirates are walking, they're actually like gluing themselves to the ground. That's also one of those amazing little convenience functions by Addy. And let's just shift a couple of these waypoints around. Some so that they don't get so close to the walls, like the trees. Others just to make them a little bit different from the purple ones, and just to, show off the snap to ground feature again. Click, and the whole thing is fixed. So we have a separate waypoint system here, and we need to save it as a permanent thing, so copy it, exit the play mode, save it, and then we need to change that name that is now currently referencing our purple henchman, and we need to make sure that we grab the object name of the red henchman that we just dragged in. So there it is, it's the JCP Oldsbieren Shoot Soul I-19, and that should assign this graph to our new henchman. And then, pretty much just like that, yes, a little bit of a camera glitch, but pretty much just like that, this will work. This guy is now assigned to this orange path. I'll just restart this session for a bit. And we have another camera glitch, so I'll restart it again. The code is very much still work in progress, but look at what we've got already, right? It's amazing. So there we are. Let's go. So we're in the level. We have one pirate, we have two pirate over there in the distance. While pirates did sleep, we wake one up and he starts doing his thing, running down the purple path. And we can wake this guy up and he'll start doing his thing, running down the orange path. There you go! Two completely separate waypoint systems, two completely separate entities, and they're all following their own path, doing their own thing. The orange waypoint system could have been something completely different, of course. I just duplicated the purple one because we had a nice one there already. And yeah, it's just easy. And here, you can just see them running around in overview and in the game. And yeah, I mean, I don't know about you, but this is starting to feel like a game already, Isn't that cool? I'll just show you off in bigger view so you can just watch them walk around the graphs, navigate these waypoints. Yeah. Well, I for one am very happy with this new system. So, yeah, I will continue to make more functionality like jumping nodes and other such things. And then just to round it all off, there's nothing super new here. Well, there's nothing new here at all, except that I've compiled it down into a game binary, or an executable. So this is just a full screen, standalone executable, not running in the Unity editor. And look at that. Super good. There they go. They're behaving just like they were in the editor, except this is a standalone game, essentially, running with two pirates running around. So that's where we're at. If this doesn't excite you, then I don't know what will, but I am super excited to continue working on this, continue making more epic features, not just Waypoint features. I'm gonna do other things too, but I'm gonna probably focus on expanding the pirate AI and other such things. As you can see, Addy's got Rayman handled. Droolie's got the world loading and everything handled. I think I'm gonna tackle some AI stuff. And let's try and round off this project together, yeah? So, yeah, wow. If you want to join in, please do. We could always use more help. And thanks for watching, and thanks for being here. Shrew out.